first one is the thank you note. So the thank you note, it is written as a way of appreciating and thanking someone for doing something great for you. Something great for you. Now here, this one can be anything. Maybe, let's say, they gave you a present. That's something great. Let's say you achieved your goals, then they give you a present. So you write a thank you note for the gift. Let's say someone helped you secure a position or a job. You write a thank you note. Let's say someone stood by your side when you are going through a very difficult time. You also write a thank you note. And the good thing about this note, it is usually brief because you have to go straight to the point. What are you writing about? Because in most cases, but you just saying thank you, people already know that what you want to say. But the more you, if you add other things, now you become precise, but you do not overdo it because it's not like a long essay. It's more so a note. So let's go to the components that are found in this thank you note. The first one, we have the address. And this address, it contains the postal address where you are or an institution near you. And then it contains the physical location. The postal address, I mean, it will contain something like PO Box 123, comma. Then the physical address, it will be where the institution and the postal address is located. It can be any town in Kenya, let's say Nairobi, Kisumu, Thika, Kiambu, all those are now the physical address, the physical location. Now, after the address, and remember the address is usually written on the top right corner. Then, after the address, you have to skip one line and then you write the date. And remember, for you to attain full marks in KCSE, you have to write a full date. By a full date, I mean that it should be written, should contain the numerical value that is 23rd of January, for instance, and then you put a comma, then you write the year 2024, and you end with a full stop. Now, most learners usually write January in short by just writing Jan, Jan. That is wrong. You have to write a full name of the month. So if it's January, you just write January. That is January. Then remember this one is written just below the address after you've skipped a line. And please do not confuse yourself. The date is not part of the address. The address is something that does not change, while the date changes. So if the date changes, that means that today will be different from tomorrow and the following day. Therefore, it is not part of the address. You have to leave a space and you write the date. Just it's used to tell someone the exact time when the letter was written for them to know how long it has taken for you to reach them and how to respond. Then number three, we have salutation. So salutation is written below the date, but on the left side of the on the left margin of the paper. That is, you write dear. Now, since this is a thank you note, and you only thank people whom you know, not strangers, you have to provide the name of that person. So you'll write dear Anne if it's Anne, dear Peter if it is Peter. Do not write dear sir stroke madam. That is mostly used in official letters because in official letters, in most cases, we usually address the office where the person is, not the person themselves. Yes, even though you know their name, you don't read the name because maybe the letter will get to the office when they have been transferred or when they're on leave, so someone else will read it. And if you address to a specific person, you might not get the help that you need. Therefore, official letters you write dear sir stroke madam, but such notes and informal letters you write dear then the name of the person. Then after that we have the body of the note. Now this body of the note, it should be personalized. You personalize the note. So you're the one who's writing to someone else. And I believe if you know someone's name, you must know them more intimately or more deeply than if it's a stranger. So you have to personalize the note. So you write, yes, you thank them, but what are you thanking them for? What did they do for you? And the next thing, you have to acknowledge the effort put forward by the person. Let's say you graduated based in your institution, but they're the only person who brought you a present. And now, the present that they brought you was the best that you had ever received. Therefore, you have to acknowledge the fact that their present was the best. And by you doing that, this person will feel that they are valued as a friend or a closer acquaintance to you. The next thing, you have to encourage them to do more. Now, by doing more, I don't mean that you carry them to send you more gifts if it's a gift, or to help you where you were, maybe you're down. But them doing more is that, if yes, they have a good heart, but they should not let that thing that makes them unique disappear. So they keep on living the same way, they keep on using their good heart, they keep on having the good intentions. So that way you make them feel good and feel warm inside about themselves, and therefore they will commit more to do what they've been doing. Uh-huh. Then after the body, we go to the concluding note or the conclusion. So here you have to say thank you to the person for what they have done. So at the end, you say thank you for being a good friend to me, or thank you for remembering my birthday, or thank you for remembering our wedding anniversary if it's a spouse. Or you can, if you, let's say it's a caretaker and they've agreed to give you a grace period of 2 months before you can clear your rent because of financial difficulties. You can write a note by saying, thank you for understanding my situation. I will not forget. So by you saying this, they know that yes, you appreciate their effort, and they will not feel as if they've been shortchanged. Then at the end, we have the valediction. So valediction, this is the end of the letter. And in the end of the letter, here you write yours sincerely, because it's an informal letter. You're becoming sincere on what you're saying. You're not trying to lie. And you end the note. And after writing yours sincerely, remember to provide your name. It's very important, because there was no name in the address. There was no name in the address. Now here we go to the sample of this letter. Oh, I had forgotten something. All notes, they must be framed. That's a very, very important point, because if you don't frame it, it ceases to be a note. If you're keen, in all the writings in English, anything that is called a note has been framed. Thank you note is framed, condolence note is framed, congratulatory note is framed, the reminders, they are framed, a memo is framed, a notification of a meeting is framed, the agenda is also framed, even the email is framed. Now, all these things, we usually have a mark for the frame. Let's say just one mark for the frame, just because you've shown keenness on the instructions which are provided and which are supposed to be applied in the writing of this kind of work. So the sample here, we start by the address, Shining Primary School, comma, very important. There's always a mark for punctuation. PO Box 123, comma, you get another mark. Then Kaloleni, Nairobi, full stop. Remember, after the physical address, we put a full stop. Uh-huh. Those are marks. A mark for the comma, and the full stop. That's how we mark the address. Then you skip a line. Then you go to the date, which is 23rd January, comma 2024. A full stop, a mark for that. Then we move on to the left where we have Dear John. That's the name of the person. And then you write. Now here is the body of the note. I sincerely thank you. You score mark for just saying thank you. Then you must tell us, what are you thanking them for? Sincerely thank you for standing with me during these trying times. Standing with you trying times. Which are these trying times? You are always there by my side, even when I was too stubborn to see that I needed help. I am really grateful and eternally indebted to you. Then it continues, and my sister told me about how you were able to raise my hospital bill single-handedly. So this means that this person stood by the friend when he was in hospital. So you also score mark. Now you're giving us now the background of why you stood by him and why he's thanking him for raising the hospital bill. Hiyo ni mark umeshapata. And remember, in the content you can either score two per mark, two per tick, or one per tick, depending on how many marks it has been given. So Anne, my sister, told me about how you were able to raise my hospital bill single-handedly. She told me that you had created a WhatsApp group and your friends contributed a great deal. You are truly godsend. I cannot fully express my gratitude, but I will just say thank you and God bless you. You are sincerely Baraza Ali. Full stop. So, areas where we are keen with marks. The address, a mark on the comma, a mark on this one, a mark on this punctuation, and a mark here. So you have already 4. Then another mark here, you have 5. That's for content. Remember, in content, in format, usually a word between 6 and 8, depending on how it has been structured. Then from there, we go to the body. I sincerely thank you, a mark there, for standing with me during this trying time. You were always there by my side, even when I was stubborn, to see that I needed help. You score a mark here. I'm really grateful, not a mark on grateful, sorry for that, and and eternally indebted to you. And my sister, now the background, told me about how you were able to raise my household bill single handedly. You score a mark there. She told me that you had created a WhatsApp group and your friends contributed a great deal. You are truly godsend. Another mark there. I cannot fully express my gratitude, but I will just say thank you and God bless you. Score another mark. Now you see in the body, you already have 6. The format, you have another 6. That is, sorry, the format you have maybe 5, then here you have 6. Then here you score a mark for the body. Sorry, for the frame. If you add 6 plus 6, that is already 12. That is, if it was out of 12, all those marks for the content, we could have given you half half, or for the format half half, for you to get 12. Then you score 12. Now remember, in marking of all this, we have marks for the format, marks for the content, marks for the language. How do you use English language? And marks for the tone. Now for the language, you can score minimum of 2, maximum of 4. So remember, you have to use the language, the best language which you have possible, for you to score more marks, not for you to lose more marks.